Hey, Shaq. Point the follow camera. Yeah, Shaq. Point the camera to the stumps and zoom in. The announcers said they're going down on the field to do an interview, so they're gonna face this way. Right? I'm gonna get them the microphones. I hope it reach. Put the headphones in and let me hear and let me know if you reach. Yeah? If you could pick it up properly. I didn't get to the bathroom.
Hi, cool man.
Blessings. I can't see. Turn on the light. No, this one. Yeah. I was gonna say if you could do the interview on that one. Yeah. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that would be closer. Further
But,
away
but,
is.
but when you turn, okay, you're still getting wind. I mean, you're picking up.
I hope so.
Well,
Because yeah, it flashed in, so it should be. Because the direct line of sight, I feel like it can pick up.
testing one. Okay.
Okay. You say yeah?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
But it's in a straight line as
Straight
well.
line, yeah, right to it. So
Okay, so I'll do it from there.
yeah, you can
And
use both.
yeah,
Just
they're ready.
Pin one on him, pin one on you, and you're good to go. Hold them in your hand and use it like regular microphone. When you're done, just hold on to it.
Yeah. Let me just toss some. Okay. When you ready, let me know. Because we want to do it like
Because what? I see one, I see right. So check out my cup. So, got him an up my league, eh? We're professional, you know.
yeah.
It's a much of the idea. What I see the jobs in Charlie. I see a fellow from Guinea too. He had to go on, but I think it's Daniel. I asked him from Caribou down here. So they come and say Guinea. I see two of them last night. Some yards.
Yeah, them man, no man. Man say the league more.
I tell you, serious.
Testing. 1, 2. Yeah, we're about to do the toss, so stand by for the toss. Like, like they have it covered on all day. They got a lot of moisture. Look. What's up? Good. Yeah. Under. So, about second wicket for me. Test. 1, 2. Got you ready? Can you read me? Okay. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to One Park for another match for the Big Tournament 2026. We're getting to the business end of things, and tonight we have the first semi-final match being played between City Sunrisers versus Young Guns. And who has the coin? Okay, ask it to spin. Heads called by Young Guns. Like tails. Yeah. Come with us. So Cornelius, you have won the toss for this first semi-final. What are you going to do?
I'm going to take a ball first.
You're going to take a bowl. What's the reason behind that?
South still, so hopefully bowl them off for a good enough total and come in the back and chase it.
Okay, you had a few of your players that left. Were you able to bring in other players to substitute?
Yeah, we have Giovanni Tyson and Onaja
That came in?
yeah. Basically the same thing from the last game.
Same thing from the last game. And what type of score are you looking to restrict Young Guns for tonight?
Looking at about 120, between 120 to 130.
You feel you're comfortable with that? All right, thank you. Go well. Chance. Mr. Clark, you have lost the toss. And if you had won the toss, what you would have done?
Same thing, I would have field first.
You would have field first.
I think the pitch having a bit of moisture. So,
But now that you have been inserted to bat, what kind of total are you looking to get on the board?
I could say probably 150, 155, reasonable.
So it's not really like 180, 190 wickets, so 150 to 160.
We could go from that.
Okay. Is there any changes to your team from the last game?
Yeah, Ali came in for Javid and Vanch out and Edwards coming.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to wish you well. Go well tonight, and let's have a great game.
Wait, come, Mikey. Come quick.
I'm sure. 1, 2. Gaff, do you read me? Hey, do you copy? Yeah, I'm upstairs. I'm just checking to see what's the audio level on your side. Okay. Okay, good night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Warner Park. We'll be witnessing a semi-final encounter between City Sunrisers out of Nevis against Young Guns out of St. Kitts. It's the first semi-finals. The second one will be played tomorrow between Wally Sports Management and Maximum Strikers. So news on the ground is that City Sunrisers have won the toss and has elected to bowl first. So Young Guns will be taking first knock tonight, looking to post a challenging total to City Sunrisers, who has a very good batting lineup as well. So we have the two umpires tonight in persons of Watley and Mills. First over is being bowled from the media center end. Thanks. So it looks like Nisbet, Kimani Nisbet, will be opening right arm over the wicket, and he'll be bowling to Pluck. So the two opening batsmen for Young Guns, we have Carlton Pluck and Palmer. I'm not very familiar with who Palmer is, but I think he also opens the bowling as well. So he's an all-rounder, and we are getting ready to start the first semi-final in the Big Six T20 tournament for 2026. And here comes Nisbet. He runs away from us, bowling to Pluck, and that one is going through. Pluck is half-heartedly driving, but not making contact, and it goes through for the keeper. Nisbet again runs in. That one is taken on the pad, and it goes down the leg side. They scramble through for a leg by. So the score moves by 1. So it's now 1 without loss in the first over. So that brings Edwards on strike. Not Edwards, sorry, Palmer. That brings Palmer on strike. And Nisbet outside the off stance, but that one is moving away wide, and widely so, signaled by the umpire. Wide. That one, they're just pitching outside the off stumps and going further away from the batsman. The pitch report is that the pitch seems to have a lot of moisture in it, so I guess that was the deciding factor there for Cornelius when he made the decision to bowl first. So he's looking to extract whatever moisture there might be on the pitch and try to restrict young guns to a very modest total. So in comes Nisbet to bowl to Palmer, and Palmer is hitting that one over Maiden, powerfully struck all the way for 4. The first boundary coming from the bat of Palmer is just blasted that one over Maiden all the way to the boundary for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 5 without loss. Here comes Nisbet again into Palmer. Palmer is standing up straight and playing at that one. The man at point comes in, froze at the non-striker end, but it was safely home. No run resulted. That ball by Nisbet, sorry. Palmer just playing through backward point. No run resulted. It's a dot ball. So it's a good comeback by Nisbet after being bashed for 4 over Maiden. He has come back really nicely, bowling 2 dot balls. In comes Nisbet again to Palmer. Mighty heave over, looking to hit that one out of the park, but not making contact, and it's through to the keeper. So Nisbet finished well after being struck for 4 in his third ball. So the score remains on 5 without loss in the first over. Remember the jumbo chop? Oh, that's it. That's Willet. That's Willet. Okay, so Willet will take up the attack from the Lozak Road end. He'll be bowling to Pluck. First over was bowled by Nisbet. The first over went for 5 runs. So remains 5 without loss. So we'll wait for Willet as he comes right arm over the wicket from the Lozak Road end, bowling to Pluck. As is the umpire. And he's bowled. Yorker. Played all over that one. Yorker limb delivery by Willet, and he's bowled. So Pluck goes without scoring. He's bowled by Willet for a duck. So a brilliant start there by Willet. Pluck is a very aggressive batsman. He has been scoring a lot of runs for young guns, but tonight he has to go without scoring after being bowled by Willet. So the incoming batsman looks like Drew. DeAndre Drew. Batting at number 3. So Drew will take strike from Willett. He's running in from the Lozak Road end, bowling right arm over the wicket, and he abuts his run. Dead ball signaled by the umpire, and he'll have to reload that one. In the meantime, I could tell you the team for tonight for City Sunrisers. We have Jamie Cornelius, the captain, Onaje Amri, Jamali Lynch, Kimani Nisbet, Aki Ando, Willett, Giovanni Tyson will continue. Here comes Willett. This one, back of a length, making some height there. Drew looking to punch that one, had to withdraw the shot because of height, and it goes through to the keeper. Tyanik Honoré, Jaden Carmichael, also have LaShawn Bergan, Ruth Love, and Jadon Nisbet. Here comes Willett again to Drew. Oh, that one is just bouncing off of the pitch, using the moisture that is there and bowling back of a length, and no run scored. So Drew just driving that one to the man at mid wicket. Doesn't feel cleanly, backed up there by the man at mid-on, and they cross for 1. So the score moves on by 1 to 6. 6 without 6 for 1, sorry. We're in the second over. Here comes Willett again. Bowling to Palmer. Outside the off, some slower delivery. Not picked up there by Palmer, and it goes straight for the keeper. Here comes Willett again. Palmer just turning that one off his hip to the man behind square, short square rather. Attempted a catch. That was Bergen, but it dropped short, and they were able to cross for a single. So the score moves on by 1 to 7 for 1 at the end of the second over. So here's Palmer heaving that one over wide long on for 6. So the score moves on by 6 to 13. 13 for 1 in the third over. Mighty 6 just being struck by Palmer of the bowling of Nisbet. For young guns tonight, we have Kulal Tulukani, Adonai Ali, Alvin Cyril, Caden Francis, Carlton Pluck, DeAndre Drew, Anthony Keynes. No, Anthony Keynes is not playing tonight. You have Jahil Clark, Javid Edwards as the 13th man, Michael Palmer, Welton Edwards, Shaquan Pemberton, and Clayton Smith. So here comes Nisbet again. He's running in to bowl to Palmer outside the off stumps wide, and he just shoulders that one, goes to the keeper. So the score moves on by 1 to 14 for 1 in the third over. Short delivery there by Nisbet, and Palmer was struck on his head. So there will be a concussion test, and it's being done by the umpire because there is no physio. So Palmer seems to be okay, attempting to pull that one down to mid wicket. Did not make contact, and it went on to crash into his helmet. But he seems to be okay, and we'll continue. So the score remains on 14 for 1 in the third over, being bowled by Nisbet. He's bowling from the media center end. Pass the umpire now. Ball is to Palmer. Slow delivery, and Palmer is trying to hit that one in the cow corner area or deep mid wicket. Not making contact, and it goes through to the keeper. Come Nisbet again. Bowling to Palmer. Palmer is flicking that one off his pad. The man on the deep square boundary comes in and sends a wild throw. Couldn't prevent 2. So Palmer moves on by 2, and the score moves on to 16. 16 for 1 in the third over, being bowled by Nisbet. White ball. Outside the off stumps, outside the line of that wide mark. Clearly he's looking to bowl a wide line to Palmer because he doesn't want to be anywhere close to his hitting arc, because you realize Palmer is trying to hit everything out the park once it's within his reach. So he's holding a wide line man. This occasion is a bit too wide. Here comes Nisbet again. He runs away from us now. Ball to Palmer. Palmer is a shoulder in that one. Good length outside the off stumps. And let it through to the keeper. So slight change being made to the field. The man on deep square boundary coming to the 30th circle outside the off stumps, wide and signal wide by the umpire. Yeah. So Nisbet seems to be struggling a little bit with his outside the off stumps line. Definitely going wider and wider. He just needs to relax and concentrate on the line that he wants to bowl. I know it's a semi-final game. It's win or go home, but you have to play smart cricket. Here comes Nisbet again to Palmer. Slow ball. That one beats the keeper and also beats the deep third man and runs into the boundary for 4. Those 4 byes by selected signal by umpire Mills. That's the end of the over. I want to think it's But if when you talk any conversation is open, give the feedback to the guys. So in comes Willett to bowl to Drew, and that one shot outside the off stumps. Drew flashes at it, not making contact, through to the keeper. Here comes Nisbet again. Sorry, it's Willett. That one is driven back to the bowler, partially stopped by Willett. No run. Score remains on 21 for 1 into the 4th over. That one just bouncing awkwardly there, and Drew running that one down to the man at point. Cannot score. Score remains on 21 for 1 over number 4. So in comes Willett. He's bowling to Drew. Beaten for pace there. Beaten for pace. Drew looking to drive that one for cover, extra cover region, not making contact. And the ball through to the keeper. Here comes Willett again from the loser road then, bowling to Drew. That one gets the inner portion of the bat, goes down to the man on the backward square boundary. Pro comes in, the cross is for 1. So at the end of 4 overs, at the end of 4 overs, it's 24 for 1. Score remains on 24 for 1. Shot cover drive there by Drew. The run close to the boundary. It gets there now. The four runs to Drew. Just cover driving that one over the man at cover and goes for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 28 in over number 5 being bowled by Nisbet. So Nisbet is bowling 3 overs on a trot. So just making some minor adjustments to the field. He's removing the slip. He's putting him at square leg. And he runs away from us now. Ball to Drew. And Drew is heaving that one over backward square for 6. A lovely shot there, played by Drew. Just using the pace and just hitting that one over backward square for a lovely 6. So the score moves on by 6 to 34. 34 for 1 in the 5th over. So Nisbet is running away from us now. We'll be bowling to Drew. Drew is just standing and flashing at that one, not making contact, and the ball goes free to the keeper. from us now. Bowling to Drew. At the end of over number 5, Young Guns being inserted to bat. They have 32 for 1. Yeah, 35, sorry. My bad, just had the updated scores. Drew is on 12, Palmer is on 13. They have now put in a partnership of 29 for the second wicket. At the end of 5 overs, Young Guns are 35 for 1. So Willett will continue as well. He has bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 3 runs, and he has picked up the only wicket, that of Carlton Pluck, being bowled. So he comes in now. Ball to Palmer. Palmer is looking to pull that one somewhere down in the cow corner area, or probably hit it down onto Lozak Road, but not making contact through to the keeper. So I guess Palmer has been sent in with one intention to take advantage of the power play overs, and he's been trying his best to do so. Here comes Nisbet, and Palmer is hitting that one mightily for 6 over the south stand, over extra cover, all the way for 6, and I think that ball might be lost. So he may have to get a new ball, because that one is not coming back. So the score moves on by 6 to 41 for 1 in over number 6. So the ball has been replaced. Willett will continue. He's bowling right arm to Palmer. He runs away now. Runs into Palmer rather from Lozak Road in, and Palmer is just playing that one on the offside. Cornelius comes around and fields, and there is no run. The score remains on 41 for 1 in 5.3 overs. Drew is on 12, Palmer is on 19, and Young Guns is going at a run rate of 7.45. Nisbet has bowled 3 overs, no maidens, 27 runs, no wicket. And Willett is bowling his third over for 9 runs, has picked up 1 wicket. He comes in now to bowl to Palmer, and Palmer is trying to heave that one behind short square. Not making contact. Willett is definitely bowling some pace there, extracting some bounce from the pitch because there's quite a bit of moisture that's in the pitch. In comes Willett again to Palmer. Down the leg side, down there is misguided, just straying a bit down the line. Wide signal by the umpire, so the score moves on by 1 to 42 in over number 6 being bowled by Willett. Here comes Willett to Palmer. He's just playing that one on the onside in the vacant mid-wicket area where Willett himself just scrambled across, fields cleanly, and there is no run. Comes Willett again to Palmer. It's guided again down the leg side, and Palmer is having a mighty heave, trying to hit that one maybe somewhere by East Bus Terminal, but not making contact, and it goes through to the keeper. So the score moves on by 1 to 43 for 1 in over number 6, being bowled by Willett. He comes in now. Ball to Palmer. And Palmer is just... I'm not sure exactly if that is the correct stroke that Palmer should be playing. Rather than trying to hit everything on the onside, he seems to be heavily an onside player, but he should be looking to hit over cover, extra cover, through point. You know, these are vacant areas. There's no one sweeping. There's no third man. And once you get the ball up and over or through the 30 yard, you will get runs. So he's trying to belt everything on the onside, not making contact, and yeah, just creating a lot of additional pressure on himself or on Drew to score in the next over. Here comes Willett, and he's flicking that one off his pad. Very nice shot, I must say. It's running to the boundary. It will get close. There are 2 fielders after it. Stops it, and they cross for 3. So 3 added to the total. 3 more to Palmer. The score moves on by 3 to 46 at the end of the power play. At the end of 6 overs, Young Guns are 46 for 1. So there's a slight break in play. The keeper requesting the helmet. I think spin is going to come on from the Lozak, no, not the Lozak road end, from the media center end. It looks like the captain himself is coming on. That's Cornelius. Is it? No, it's not. It's not Cornelius. It looks like I can't pick up his name from here, but I'll get it in a minute. It is Carmichael. Yeah, he's coming from the media center end. He's bowling left around to Palmer. Palmer is on 22. Drury is on 12. The score is 46 for 1. Seventh over is going to be bowled by Carmichael. He walks in now to Palmer. Palmer is driving that one with a nice straight bat. Crosses for 1. That's all they will get. Brings Drew on strike. Comes Carmichael to Drew outside the off stumps, and Drew is just driving that one to short cover. That's Cornelius, and he feels no run. Carmichael again to Drew. Drew is driving that one to cover, and he crosses for a single. It's almost by 1 to 48. Drew is on 13. Wide. Drew not giving Palmer anything to work with. Bowling that one wide and too wide, signaled by the umpire. Oh, Palmer is looking to drive that one, taking the inner portion of the bat onto the pad, and the score remains on 48. Comes Carmichael to Palmer. Palmer is just dabbing that one to backward point. The fielder fields, no run resulted. Score is 49 for 1. In over number 7. Oh, Palmer is going for a mighty heave. Not making contact. And it goes straight to the keeper. And the score remains on 49 for 1. Something's affecting me. Yeah. So at the end of over number 7, Young Guns being sent into bat there, 49 for 1. We also have a bowling change from the Lozak Road end. You have Onaje Amri coming in. The ball is right arm off spin. He's bowling to Drew. Comes in now. Goes to Drew. Drew is going down the wicket. And then he's hitting that one down to the long off area. Takes a very easy catch. And Drew departs. The score remains on 49 for 2. So Young Guns having lost their second wicket in the 8th over. Drew was caught for 13. The Young Guns in a spot of bother there. They're not really scoring as fluently as they could have. Palmer is still there. He's been playing his shots, and whenever he connects, he do get runs. But other than that, they seems to be just not really motoring along as they would want to. That brings in Tulukani. Very, I would say, established batsman within his own rights. Still young in his career. Just developing. Just had a stint with West Indies under 19. So he has a little bit of experience that he's hoping to bring to the floor tonight, and to take Young Guns to a respectable total. At the toss, when I spoke to the captain, that was Clark, he was hoping 150, 160 would be a reasonable score for them to defend tonight. So Najee, Amri comes in again now. Goes to Tulukani. Tulukani is just turning that one off his hip. They cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 50. So Young Guns brings up the 50 with that single. 50 for 2 in over number 8, being bowled by Amri. Amri was introduced from the Lozak Road end, and he immediately got the breakthrough. Going to Palmer. And Palmer is just reaching for that one, looking to probably run it down to the third man area, not making contact. Score remains on 50 for 2. Amri comes in again. Palmer is heaving that one behind square. The man on the square leg boundary comes across, feels cleanly, throws into the keeper, and there is no run. So at the end of Amri's over, bowled a very decent over. 1 over for 2 runs, picked up 1 wicket. At the end of over number 8, Young Guns 51 for 2. Tilukani is on 1, and Palmer is on 24. Carmichael will continue, bowling to Palmer, and Palmer with a big heave, looking to hit that one out of the park, and center stump being rocked back. That writing was basically on the wall, because Palmer is basically a one-sided player. He's looking to hit everything on the onside, between long on to deep mid wicket and to square. He's not looking to hit straight, or he's not looking to cover drive. He's going one direction. And Carmichael on this occasion, bowling that ball straight, you miss, I hit, and Palmer was castled. So Young Guns loses their third wicket on a score on 51. So Palmer was bowled by Carmichael for 24. So the new batsman is Clark, Jail Clark. I think he is the standing captain tonight. So Young Guns in a bit of bother there. So hoping that Clark could do a repair job along with Tilokani. So Michael will bowl to Clark. Comes around the wicket, bowling to Clark. And Clark is driving that one to the man at long off. And then he ambles across for a single, so he opens the account with 1. So the score moves by 1 to 52. It's now 52 for 3 in the over number 9. Michael bowling to Tilokani, comes around the wicket, goes to Tilokani. Tilokani is cutting that one over the wide, the deep point rather. And he crosses for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 54. Michael to Clark, and Clark is just driving that one. Passes Cornelius on the offside and crosses over for a single. So that's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 54. 54 for 3 in over number 9. Silicon is driving behind point. Runs to the boundary. Good work there by the fielder. Pulls it back in, and they were able to cross for 3. So 3 runs to Tulukani. Young Guns move on by 3. 3 to 57 for 3. Tulukani has moved on to 5. So here comes Carmichael again, bowling left arm around. And he has just Clark before room. Clark looking to come forward and just dab that one on the offside, but there was no room. So at the end of over number 9, Young Guns are 57 for 3. Tulukani is on 5, and Clark, who has just joined him, is on 2. Amri will continue. Tulukani driving at that one. He was beaten there, all ends up, and it bounced over the center stumps and beat the keeper as well. And they were able to scramble through for bye. So that brings Clark on strike. He'll be facing up to Amri for the first time tonight. Amri has bowled 1.1 over so far, no maidens, 2 runs, has picked up 1 wicket. He bowls to Clark. And Clark is hitting that one behind square. The fielder comes in there with a weak throw. Could have been a more powerful throw in my estimation. And Clark were able to scramble for 2. So the score moves on by 2 to 60. 60 for 3 in over number 10 being bowled. Here comes Amri to Clark, and Clark is pulling that one to square leg. The man comes off the boundary, sends the return to the keeper, 1 bounce, and they were able to cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 61. 61 for 3 in over number 10. Here comes Amri to Tilokani, turning that one off his hip. The man at short fine leg comes across, and he couldn't prevent a single. They were able to cross for 1, so the score moves on by 1 to 63. Here comes Amri again to Clark. Clark is driving that one to the man at deep long off, and he crosses for 1. That's all they will get. Here comes Amri to Tulukani. He's pulling that one to deep mid wicket. Comes in. One bounce to the keeper. And that's all they will get. I think when the throw came in, there was a ricochet off the bat of Clark. The ball ran into the boundary, what the umpire signaled dead ball. So at the end of 10 overs, Young Guns being sent into bat. They are 64 for 3. Jail Clark is on 6 and Tilokani is on 7. So we'll have, it looks like a water break. Yeah, it is a water break. So we'll have a water break. So just to recap that City Sunrisers won the toss and inserted Young Guns to bat. Young Guns are 63 for 3 in over number 10. It's the first semi-final here tonight at Warner Park, just to remind you. We're getting down to the business end of things. You lose or you go home, and tomorrow we'll have the second semi-final between Wally Sports Management and Maximum Strikers. So you lose, you go home. So Young Guns having been placed the 4th team in the tournament. There are only 4 teams, so fortunately, even if you lose all your games, you still get to play the semi-finals. So Young Guns has been placed in that position where they only won 1 game and they came out 4th, so they were able to play the first team, that is City Sunrisers. So they have a point to prove, and they could eliminate City Sunrisers from making it to the finals by winning tonight's first semi-final. But a lot is left to be seen. We'll see how they approach this one. They have a few experienced batters left to come in the person of Welton Edwards and Clayton Skid. So we'll see how they approach it, whether they could achieve that score that they have in mind of 150 to 160. Sure, City Sunrisers will have other ideas and they will look to pull things back. The play has resumed. Michael will continue. Pulling to Tulukani outside the off stumps. Not making contact. Michael is basically bowling wicket to wicket. Not much turn and offer here. He's bowling around the wicket to Tulukani. Tulukani is coming forward and driving that one. And the man at deep point covers, throwing the ball, and the score will move by 1 to 65. So 1 more to Tulukani, 1 more to Young Guns. Comes Carmichael to Clark. Clark is driving that one. There's a miscommunication there, and he's run out. So Tilukani just running down the wicket. I'm not sure if he was called by Clark, but Clark did not move. So I'm not sure what he was seeing. The ball was played to the man at square, and Clark did not move. Tilukani ran down the wicket, and he was run out. That's one of the easiest dismissals you will ever get. So there was some communication issue there between Clark and Tilukani, and Young Guns loses their 4th wicket on the score on 65 for 4. In comes the experienced Welton Edwards, who has a lot of experience in playing cricket in St. Kitts on this level. So we'll see what he can do tonight to help Young Guns. He's known for hitting some of the biggest sixes you'll see going around the park. But he does take some time, so I guess it's a good time for him to come in. Basically, he has 9.3 overs to bat. That's a lot of time, that's a lot of overs. So he could get his team to a decent score. But we'll wait and see. Here comes Michael again to Clark. And Clark is hitting that one. Straight to the man at long on. Takes a very good catch. Diving forward and taking that catch very cleanly. That's one of the better catches we have seen for the night. So Young Guns goes into further trouble, losing that of Clark for 6. So 65 for 5 now. So half of the squad is back in the dugout, and they're in some trouble here tonight. So the new batsman is Pemberton, who just walked in. And he'll be facing to Carmichael. He has changed. He's coming left arm over the wicket now. He'll be bowling to Pemberton. Goes to Pemberton wide down the leg side, and Pemberton trying to just help it. Didn't make contact and just through to the keeper. So the score moves on by 1 to 66. 66 for 5. Here comes Carmichael again to Pemberton. Wide down the leg side, not making contact. Keeper didn't feel cleanly. They were able to cross for 1 wide. So the score moves on by 1 to 67. 67 for 5. Carmichael has 2 balls left in his 3rd over. He's bowling around the wicket to Edwards, who is on strike. That one outside the off stumps, and Edwards just playing a half-hearted stroke. Not sure if he was going to play forward or just leave it alone, but beat him all ends up in the end, through to the keeper. Edwards, and he's wrapped on the pad and giving out. Casually coming forward, just pushing at that one, and he was hit right in front center stumps, and he's been adjudged LBW. So Young Guns goes into further trouble using one of their most experienced batters in that of Welton Edwards, being LBW Ball Carmichael for a duck. So the new batsman to replace Edwards is Skeet, Clayton Skeet, on the left-hander. So at the end of 11 overs, Young Guns been sent into bat. They're falling apart here at 68 for 6. Here comes Amri. He's bowling around the wicket, right him around to Skeet. Skeet is just punching that one back past the bowler for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 70. 70 for 6 in over number 12. Comes Amri again, bowling to Pemberton. Pemberton is getting a thick outside edge. It runs down to the man at short third man. And no run scored. Comes Amri again. Pemberton is punching that one down to the long off. The man on the long off boundary, he comes in, he fields, it's crossed for 1. That's all they will get. And the score is 71 for 6 in over number 12, being bowled by Amri. Over to Skeet. Skeet is rocking back and cutting that one to the man at deep cover. Crosses for 1. So Carmichael has bowled 3 overs, no maidens, 13 runs, and has picked up 3 wickets. That he has been the chief destroyer for City Sunrisers tonight. And Amri is coming in to bowl his last ball of the 3rd over. That one is hit down too long on by Skeet. It goes into the boundary now. So 4 runs to Clayton Skeet. The score moves on by 4 to 76. 76 for 6 in over number 12. So at the end of over number 12, Michael has bowled 3 overs, no maidens, 13 runs, 3 wickets. Amri has bowled 3 overs, no maidens, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Skeet is on 2 and Skeet is on, should be 6 and Pemberton is on 6 as well. Carmichael will continue from the media center end. That one just bouncing and turning very sharply on Skeet, and he just dropped his bat. He took the upper portion of the bat and popped in the air, almost caught there by the keeper. But here comes Carmichael bowling his final over, bowling to Skeet, and Skeet is driving that one. The man on the long on boundary, sorry, comes on, and they were able to cross for a single. So the score moves on by 1 to 76 for 6. one, Pemberton drives. Not fielded cleanly by Michael of his bowling. They were able to cross for 1. So the score moves on by 1 to 78. Michael is bowling around the wicket to the left-handed Clayton Skeet. He waits. Clayton is just turning that one into the mid-wicket area. No fielder is there, so they were able to cross for 1. And the score moves on by 1 to 79. 79 for 6 in over number 13, being bowled by Carmichael. There's a field change now. Amri comes out from the slip cordon. He's at the short mid-wicket. Here comes Carmichael going to Pemberton. Pemberton is trying to heave that one through mid-wicket on a deep mid-wicket boundary, not making contact, wrapped on the pad, and it's a no run. So Carmichael ball his final ball. Pemberton is just flicking that one to the short mid-wicket. That's Amri. Amri fields cleanly, prevents the single, and that's all they will get. So at the end of 13 overs, Young Guns 79 for 6. Carmichael has bowled 4 overs, no maidens, 16 runs, 3 wickets. Amri has bowled 3 overs, no maidens, 16 runs, 1 wicket. So here comes Amri. He's bowling right arm around the wicket to Skeet. Oh, Skeet is looking to cut that one for the point. Not making contact. A bit too much bounce there for him. He waits again. He's driving. Hits the man there at short cover. They'll cross for 1. That's all they will get. And the score moves on by 1 to 80. 80 for 6. Goes to Pemberton. Pemberton hit the one over the man at short cover. Goes 81 for 6 in over number 14. It is punching that one behind point. It crosses for 1. They'll come back for 2. Pro comes in. That's all they will get. So the score moves on by 2 to 83. 83 for 6. It is on 7. Pemberton is on 8. Amri is going through his overs very quickly. Ball that one to Clayton. Clayton is pulling that one to the man on the deep square leg boundary. And it crosses for 1. So the score moves on by 1 to 84. 84 for 6. End of the over there. Pemberton is looking to swipe that one to backward square. Not making contact. And Young Guns continue to struggle there. They're scoring in singles right now. Singles is not going to help their cause. With only 6 overs left, they need to get some boundaries to take their total at least close to a 130, 140 to make a fight of this game. Because as it stands going at this rate, you'll probably get it to like 110, 120. And I can tell you that that won't be enough for Citizen Risers, who has a very good batting lineup. So the current run rate is going at 6 runs. They would need to step it up to at least 8 to 10 runs on the last 6 overs to get to a total that they could really put up a fight. Like there's a Changing bowling from the media center end. It looks like Lynch. I'm not sure. So some pace is gonna come on. Yeah, it is Lynch. He's coming in for his first ball. Lynch runs away. He's bowling to Kidd. That one is hitting, I think, on his arm and looking to just pull that one, not making contact. However, it's a no ball. So Lynch has crossed that front foot. It's a front foot no ball. So it's a free hit to Clayton Skid. I guess that's a good way to welcome him. If you get a free hit, that's nothing better. You want nothing better than that when you're facing a bowler for the first time to face a free hit. So here comes Lynch. He's running into Skid. And Skid is missing outside the off stumps. I think there was space off on that one. Slower ball. Skid backed away, but did not make contact. So the score remains on 85 for 6. Skid is cutting that one. When the man past the man at point, the sweeper on the boundary comes in, and they were able to cross for 2. So the score moves on by 87 to 87 for 6. Sorry. Skid is on 10, Pemberton is on 8. So slow going here by Young Guns, really slow going. Here comes Lynch to Skid. That one rushed him a bit. And the ball was trickling on the offside, and they were able to cross for 1. So Lynch is definitely working up some pace there, extracting whatever is on the pitch, and he's making the best use of it. Skid not picking up the pace or the line of the ball, and having difficulties with that one. But he's off strike, and we'll see what Pemberton can do with Lynch. Here comes Lynch to Pemberton. Wide outside the off stumps, and Pemberton cuts that one into the deep third man boundary. It goes into the boundary now for 4. So much needed boundary there by Young Guns. Rangers score to 92 for 6. Here comes Lynch again. Go to Pemberton. Pemberton is pushing at that one a little bit too close to cut. He's probably looking to run that one down to the third man area, not making contact. And ball is through to the keeper. Lynch runs runs away from us. Going to Pemberton over the off stumps. And Pemberton just pushing at that one. Lynch feels from his own bowling. Pemberton just pushes on the onside and no run resulted. So at the end of over number 15, the score is on 92 for 6. Skid is on 11. Pemberton is on 12. So there's another bowling change. The captain, Jamie Cornelius, has brought himself on, bowling from Lozak Road end to Clayton Skid. That one just going wide and Skid just leaving it past. So Cornelius is bowling his right arm off spin into Clayton Skid. That one is wide and Clayton is driving that one to the man at long off, comes off the long off boundary, and they were able to cross for 1. Comes Cornelius. Pemberton is just trying to back away to cut, but not picking up the line of that ball. Comes Cornelius again. Pemberton is hitting that one to the man at the long one and makes a valiant effort to catch it, not being able to hold on, and he throws it over the rope, so the ball ended up for 6. So let's go move on by 6 to 99 for 6. 6 more to Pemberton. Comes Cornelius and Pemberton is just backing away and driving that one past Cornelius over his head down into the boundary for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 103 for 6. Skid is on 12, Pemberton is on 22. With 4 overs left, Young Guns could probably get maybe a 130, 135 if they really push it, to really try and make a game out of this. Lynch will continue from the media center end. He'll be bowling to Clayton Skid. He runs in, bowls to Skid. Skid is looking to cut that one, but a bit too close to cut. The ball bounces over the off stumps, basically, through to the keeper. So Lynch is definitely bowling good line, good areas right now. He's definitely working up some pace. I'm not sure if Skid is really liking the pace from Lynch, but he's not making contact so far. We'll wait and see what happens. Runs away from us now, bowling to Skid, and Skid is edging that one down to the third man. He runs across, fields cleanly, return to the keeper, and then cross for 1. So Skid moves on by 1 to 13, and the score moves 1 to 104. 104 for 6. Lynch moves away now. Going to Pemberton. Pemberton is just pushing that one on the offside. Takes out for a single. Gets it easily in the end. The score moves on by 1 to 105. 105 for 6. It is on 13. Pemberton is on 23. Lynch has bowled 1.3 overs, no maiden, 10 runs, no wickets. Cornelius has bowled 1 over for 11 runs. Comes Lynch, bowling to Skeet, and Skeet is driving that one. The man on the long on boundary comes up, fields, return it. Lynch to Pemberton. Oh, dropped there at mid wicket by Cornelius. Cornelius jumped, got hands to ball, couldn't hold on to it, and they were able to cross for a single. So the score moves on by 1 to 107 for 6 in over number 17. Here comes Lynch. Ball to Skeet, and Skeet is driving. The man on the boundary comes in, throws the ball, but they were able to complete 2 runs. So 2 runs to the total, 109 for 6 at the end of 17 overs. Young Guns being sent into bat. Skeet is on 16, Pemberton is on 24. So Cornelius will continue. He'll be bowling to Pemberton. Score is on 109 for 6 in this 18th over, being bowled by Cornelius. Pemberton is looking to hit that one down in the straightish mid-wicket area, not making contact. Here comes Cornelius again. Pemberton is driving that one to the man on the long one boundary, and he crosses for 1. So the score moves on by 1 to 110. 110 for 6 in over number 18, being bowled by Cornelius. Here comes Cornelius to bowl to Skid. And he drives that one back to the bowler. He fields cleanly. Good stop there. Prevented maybe 2 runs. Could have even gone to the boundary. So here comes Cornelius again, bowling to Skid. Skid is hitting that one to the man behind point. Comes in off the boundary and takes a wonderful catch. And Skid goes. So Young Guns loses their 7th wicket and they score on 110. So they keep going deeper and deeper into further trouble, losing wickets at the wrong time, I must say. At the right time for Citizen Risers, the wrong time for Young Guns. And we're halfway through the 18th over and they're just 110 for 6. This brings in Alvin Cyril, who could smack a few. Once it's in his act, he will go, and he only know one way is to go one way. He's a very leg-sided player, loves to hit cow corner. We'll see what plans that Sunrisers has for him tonight and whether or not he could weather the storm and bat out the other 2.2 overs left and see if he could get his team up to like 125, 130. Here comes Cornelius. He's bowling right arm over the wicket to Cyril. And Cyril is driving that one straight to the man at long off. He takes the catch. Cyril could not resist driving that ball down the ground. Did not have the legs to carry all the way, and Cyril goes caught off Cornelius for naught. So Cyril is not doing himself any justice tonight. He prides himself as being an all-rounder, has yet to prove so. I think he talks more of the game than he plays it. Was really expecting him to help his team tonight to get out of that hole that they were in, but was unable to do so with the bat. It's left to be seen whether or not he could contribute with the ball, but he has not lived up to his normal expectations of being able to get a few runs. He has really not lived up to that of that reputation that he's known for. Knowing the situation, playing the first ball, trying to hit it for 6 was not the best idea. I think he could have a look for a ball or two and target another bowler. But again, that's where experience comes in. That's where understanding the game and where the game is at and what you expect it to do at different times. So we will move on past that. Young Guns continue to struggle at 110 for 8. That brings in the new batsman that looks like Francis, Caden Francis. He will take strike from Cornelius, who is going to bowl around the wicket. So here comes Cornelius to Francis. Francis just shoulders that one, let that one go through the keeper. So that's the end of their 18th over. At the end of 18 overs, Young Guns are 110 for 8. Lynch will continue. He's bowling the penultimate over. He'll be bowling to Pemberton, who is still there. He runs away from us now. Bowls to Pemberton, and Pemberton is trying to slap that one maybe over cover. Not making contact. Ball through to the keeper. 110 for 8 in over 19. Being bowled by Lynch. Pemberton is still there. He's on 25 and he has been joined by Francis, who is on naught. So Lynch has bowled 2.1 overs so far, no maidens, 14 runs, no wickets. Cornelius has bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 12 runs, and has picked up 2 valuable wickets. So Lynch runs away from us now. Bowls to Pemberton, and Pemberton is trying to hit that one out the park, not making contact, no foot movement at all, just standing planted and just willowing his bat, trying to hit that one out of the ground, but not making contact and straight to the keeper. Lynch will continue. Runs away from us. Bowling to Pemberton. And Pemberton is playing the same shot that he played before. Not making contact. not moving in line with the ball, not moving his feet in the line of the ball. And it goes straight to the keeper. Lynch runs away from us now. He's bowling to Pemberton. Slow delivery, almost a Yorker delivery like Pemberton dug it out, and it went to the man at fine leg, and they were able to scramble for a single. That brings Francis on strike. Francis will take strike from Lynch. Lynch has 2 balls left in his over, and the score moves on by 1 to 108. The Young Guns in the 19th over. Lynch runs away from us now. He's bowling to Francis. Francis is driving that one down to about that long one. He bobbles a bit, but we're able to retrieve quickly enough and not allowing the second run. So Francis is off the map. The Young Gun moves by 1 to 112 for 8 in over number 19. So Lynch moves away from us now, going to Pemberton. Down the leg side and signal wide by the umpire. We have always known that I have not seen Jetin Patel. He's a well-known member of the Young Guns team, but then I realized from last night or the couple nights before that he played for Maximum Strikers. So I'm not sure what happened, that he had a trade in the middle of the tournament. But Lynch will run away from us now. Bowling to Pemberton. Pemberton is hitting that one to the man at long on, a little wide long on. He ran across and got hands to it, but was unable to hold on to it, and it's a drop catch. They were able to cross for 2. So at the end of 19 overs, Young Guns being sent into about 115 for 8. And just to continue the story with Jetin Patel, I'm not sure what happened. He was not being selected on the playing 11 for Young Guns. I believe out of respect for Jetin's game, he should have been given a game. They should have made some changes and bring in Mr. Patel at the top to really give them the impetus of some runs, because that's what they've been lacking. Runs. They have not been scoring runs. That has been their downfall. So it'll be interesting to find out what transpired, why Mr. Patel was traded, and why he did not play for Young Guns or even made it to the final 11 for any of the games so far. So the final over is about to be bowled. It will be bowled by Willett. He's coming back to bowl his final over and the final over of the innings. Francis is on 1, Pemberton is on 28, 115 for 8. So we'll wait. Willett is bowling right arm over the wicket. He'll be bowling to Francis. Comes in now. Bowls to Francis and gets the inside edge. And he runs 1. He'll come back for 2. They'll run on the overthrow and they'll get 3. So 3 runs there to Francis. 3 more to the total. 118 for 8. So before this, Willett had bowled 3 overs, no maiden, 17 runs, and had picked up 1 wicket. So he's coming back to bowl his final over and the final over of the innings. So we'll have Willett again. I think that one is a no ball. Did not even pitch on the playing area. So that's an automatic no ball. Signaled by the umpire. So it's a free hit there for Pemberton. Let's see what he's going to do with that free hit. So the score moves on by 1 to 119 for 8. And he's edging that one down to the third man area. I mean, it was more like a second slip, but it went into the boundary for 4. So 4 more runs to Young Guns, 4 runs to Pemberton. He moves on to 32, and Young Guns 123 for 8. Here comes Willett again, for the Pemberton. Pemberton is driving, not making contact, and the ball through to the keeper. Willett is definitely bowling some pace there. Both he and Lynch has really bowled some express pace here tonight. I'm not sure if the Young Guns players have been surprised by the amount of pace they're getting tonight, but they're definitely not getting ball to bat. But Pemberton will continue. He lives to fight for Young Guns, 123 for 8 in the final over. Slow ball, and Kawane getting a top edge basically from Pemberton. Balloon in the air, fell in the mid-wicket area, short mid-wicket area. The bowler tried to catch it, did not get to it, and they were able to complete 2 more runs. So 2 more runs to the score. Pemberton is on 34. Young Guns is 125 for 8. There's 2 more balls left. Here comes Willett. That ball just outside the off stumps. It kept a bit low. Pemberton was unable to get bat on it, and it was through to the keeper. So only 1 ball left, 1 legal delivery in the final over of Young Guns innings, and they are 125 for 8. Here comes Willett to Pemberton, and he's looking to hit that one, the deep mid-wicket area. They cross for 1, they come back for 2. Through comes in, not collected by the keeper, and they were able to complete 2 runs. So at the end of the innings, Young Guns 127 for 8, being sent into bat by City Sunrisers. So a very good effort with the ball there by City Sunrisers, restricting Young Guns to 127. So that means they'll have 128 to win out of 120 balls. That should be an easy walk in the park, but it's cricket. You never know what could happen if Young Guns come out and bowl just as well as City Sunrisers. We could have a very good game on our hands. So we'll wait and see what is going to happen in the second half. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 1 o'clock for the reply of City Sunrisers. They are chasing 128 for victory. In the second over, they are 13 without loss. We have had Jamie Cornelius, he is on 7, and Bergen, who is on 4. We have had Caden Francis, bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 10 runs, no wicket. And Tilukani has bowled 1 over for 2 runs. He will continue from the Lozak Road end. He'll be bowling to Bergen. Comes now, bowl to Bergen. And Bergen is looking to cut that one. Cramped for room there. And no run resulted. Here comes Tilukani again, bowling to Bergen. Bergen is hitting that one down to the deep mid-wicket boundary. Fielder come off the boundary, fields cleanly. One bounce into the keeper, and they will go over for 1 run. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 14. 14 without loss. Jamie Cornelius just sweeping that one down to the boundary for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 18. 18 without loss in over number 4 being bowled by Tilukani. So Cornelius is on 11 and Bergen is on 5. So Tilukani has changed his angle. He's coming around the wicket. Bowling to Cornelius. Cornelius is just driving that one down to the man on the long one boundary rather. He comes off, sends a return to Tilukani. Score moves on by 1 to 19. 19 without loss rather in 3.4 overs. Here comes Tilukani, bowling to Bergen. Faster one, flatter one, and Bergen just let that one go. Didn't even attempted to play a shot at it. So Tilukani coming again. Ball to Bergen, right above the wicket, and Bergen is looking to turn that one behind square. Probably getting a little bit of bat onto the pad, and no run resulted. So the end of 4 overs, City Sunrisers chasing 128 for victory. They are 19 without loss. So there is a change of bowling. Edwards has been introduced, the veteran Welton Edwards. He has been introduced from the media center end. He's bowling right arm over to Jamie Cornelius. Young guns in search of wickets there. That's the only way they're going to win this game, is if they bowl out City Sunrisers. Bowling on the overs is not going to do it. I don't see City Sunrisers batting 20 overs and not scoring 128 runs. Here comes Edwards. He runs away from us. Bowling to Cornelius. That ball on the leg, just turning it there and going for a single. So single completed. Cornelius moves on by 1. So the score is on 20 without loss in over number 5 being bowled by Edwards. Edwards, he runs away from us now. Down the leg side, and Bergen is trying to just help that one on its way, not making contact, and goes for a dot. Well, I think it's a wide, so that's 21. Comes Edwards again. Bergen just coming forward and pushing it back to the bowler. No run resulted. Edwards runs away from us now, going to Bergen. Bergen is just driving that one to the man at shot cover. Well fielded, no run resulted. Edwards again. Yeah, butts his run. Has to reload that one. Runs away from us now. Bergen just helping that one off his hip, behind square, into the backward square boundary for 4. Just had an attempted ball cut there by Edwards. It was a slow ball into the pitch. Bergen committed to it, and that one popped up straight in the air. Edwards went under it, and he put it down. I don't think he could blame anyone else, and I don't think he's going to get anything easier than that. So giving Bergen a life, trying to defend 127. You have to take those catches any day. Here comes Edwards again. Wide. Outside the off stance. Not called a wide. And it's a dot ball to end the over. Yeah, that's what you did. So at the end of 5 overs, City Sunrisers chasing 128 for victory. They are 25 without loss. Cornelius is on 13, Bergen is on 9, and there has been another bowling change. Cyril has been introduced from the Lozak Road end. He's bowling right arm over the wicket to Cornelius. Here comes Cyril to Cornelius. Cornelius looking to turn that one behind square. Not making contact. Cyril appeal. I'm not sure what he was appealing for, but he will come again. Right arm over to Cornelius. Cornelius is trying to heave that one towards the deep mid wicket. Ball coming off the inner portion of the bat onto the pad, and they were able to just walk for a single, basically. So Cyril will be bowling to Bergen. Right arm over the wicket. Here comes Cyril to Bergen. Bowling that one wide, and Bergen is driving that one to Maiden dive, made contact but was unable to hold on to the catch, and they were able to cross for 1. So 27 without loss in over number 6 being bowled by Cyril. Here is Cyril into Cornelius. He's just flicking that one off his pad into the deep mid wicket area, and they cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score is 28 without loss. Requiring another 100 runs to win. Here comes Cyril going to Bergen. And Bergen just driving that one to point, and they were able to cross for an easy single. Here's Cyril again, comes in to bowl his final ball of the over. He's bowling to Cornelius. Cornelius is backing away and cutting hard over the deep point, and it goes into the boundary now for 4. So Cornelius moves on by 4 to 19 and the score on 33 without loss at the end of the power play. So at the end of 6 overs, City Sunrisers requiring 128 for victory. They're 33 without loss. Cornelius is on 19 and Bergen is on 11. Edwards will continue. He's bowling right arm over the wicket. He'll be bowling to Bergen. He runs away from us now. To Bergen. Bergen is coming down the wicket, looking to cut that one, but too close to cut, not having enough room to do so, and the ball takes the inner portion of the bat and bounces to the keeper. Bergen is driving, and the man on the sweeper down on the sweeper boundary comes in, and they were able to cross for 1. That brings Cornelius on strike. Edwards will be bowling to Cornelius. Right arm over the wicket, and Cornelius is driving down too long, and there's a man there. They'll cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 35. Cornelius is on 20. Bergen is on 12. Edwards runs into ball to Bergen, and Bergen is edging that one down to third man and goes into the boundary now for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 39 without loss in over number 7. Slight field adjustment. Here comes Edwards again to Bergen. Bergen is driving to in wide long off area. The man comes across, picks up. They were able to cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 40. It's 40 for Nolas. Cornelius is on 20. Bergen on 17. Here comes Edwards to Cornelius. And just flicking that one off his pad to the man at long leg, cross for 1. That's all they will get. I think that's the end of the over. Yes, it is. At the end of 7 overs, City Sunrisers, they're 41 without loss. Edwards has bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 14 runs, no wicket. So there seems to be not a bowling change. It looks like the captain himself, the standing captain for tonight, Clark, has brought on himself. Is in desperate need of a breakthrough there. They need wickets. That's the only way they're going to restrict City Sunrisers from getting that total. So we'll wait and see what Clark is going to do. Outside the off stamp, that ball is caught just beyond point and it goes into the boundary now for 4. So Clark bowling wide outside the off stamps. Jamie just coming across, cutting that one hard and goes into the boundary for 4. So the score moves on by 4 to 45. 45 for no loss in over number 8, being bowled by Clark. So field change. The long leg being brought into the 30-yard circle. Is Clark bowling short. Cornelius is pulling that one down to the deep mid-wicket area. They run 1. They'll come back for 2. But there's a run-out chance, and yes, he's run out. Good throw there. Good pick up there by Clayton Skit. And there was a miscommunication by Cornelius and Bergen. And Bergen has been run out. So Young Guns getting their breakthrough that they needed. And the score on 45 for 1 with the loss of Bergen. So City Sunrisers chasing 128 for victory. They are 45 for 1.
Last game, Ruben scored is of 47 runs of 38 deliveries. What will he do tonight?
So the new batsman has walked in is Love. Left-hander. He'll be facing up to Clark, Jair Clark, coming in from the Lozak Road end. So Love replaces Bergen.
Don't forget to support the bar. If you're looking for something to eat. And this is on the bar, the poster quality. Answer the phone. Get something to eat and drink.
There's a slight hold up in play. I'm not sure what's happening in the dugout for the City Sunrisers, but there's a little hold up. You're not missing any cricket.
Shot one. Take it easy.
Okay, the matter seems to be rectified now. Here comes Clark, bowling to Love. And he's driving that one to short cover. Wanting a run sent back there by Cornelius. No run. Clark seems to be on the money so far. Bowling around the wicket to Love. So he's driving that one down to the man to cover. Coming off the cover boundary, deep cover. Across for one. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 46. 46 for 1 in over number 8.
Big up yourself.
It's Clark and ball, a short ball outside the off stumps, and Cornelius is driving that one down to the man at a long off boundary. Cross for 1. That's all they will get. So Clark keeping things rather quiet since the dismissal of Bergen. Going to Love. Outside the off stump, was edging that one down to third man. Edwards comes across fields. Throws to the keeper. That's all they will get. It's the end of the over.
Again, like to say thank you to our sponsors. They get the prizes. And around the world, maximum. Previously channel 14.
There's another bowling change at the media center end. We have Clayton Skid coming in to replace Welton Edwards. He's going to be bowling left arm around the wicket. He'll be bowling to Love.
A big thank you to you guys for making this tournament possible. Okay. You see the speed, straight and speed coming from the media center end.
Here comes Skid. Yeah, but he's fine tuning a few things here. Moves in now, ball to Love. Love is pulling that one down to the man at deep square. The cross for 1, that's all they will get. Clayton has changed his angle. He is now coming over the wicket to Cornelius. Probably not happy with bowling around the wicket to the left-hander, so he has changed and he's coming back over the wicket. Ball to Cornelius, full ball, wide select. Well, it's a no ball because of height. Because of height, it's a no ball. So it's a free hit. I don't think Young Guns can afford to be giving away free hits at this time. We'll see what Cornelius does.
Step down. What is it? Only gets a single.
Hitting that one down to long on. I think Edward is there and he feels, but it's another no ball. Skid seems to be guilty of stepping over. It's a front foot no ball this time. So it's another free hit. Love is sweeping that one down to the man behind square, and it goes into the boundary for 4. So the score moves on to 4 to 56. 56 for 1. Love is on 7 and Cornelius is on 19. So Skid not getting it right. He's all over the place right now. His wides, his no balls, and yeah, he needs to get it right. They don't have that many runs to play with. So let's see what he does. Oh, almost the ball and cut. But the crossover for 1, that's all they will get. Not sure if he's having difficulties gripping the ball. I'm not sure the amount of dew that is out there tonight. But he's definitely struggling. Here comes Keith. The ball to Cornelius. Cornelius is sweeping fine. It goes for 1. That's all they will get. So the score moves on by 1 to 57. Here comes Skip bowling his final ball of the over, and Loew is just pushing at that one, and it comes back to the bowler. My apologies, I thought here that was the last ball of the over, but this is a long over. Here comes Skip bowling to Loew, and he is sweeping, not making contact. The ball wraps him on the pad, and this is the end of the over finally. So at the end of over number 9, City Sunrisers are 58 for 1. Cornelius is on 20 and Loew is on 8. So young guns in the context of the game, is keeping things rather quiet, but they need to pick up wickets. They're not going to win this game by bowling out the overs. So they need to pick up wickets. They need to take their chances. Any half chance that they get, they need to take them. So there's another bowling change. Tilukani comes back on, bowling from the Lozak Road end. He'll be bowling to Cornelius. Cornelius waits, in comes Tilakani. And he's sweeping that one down to the deep mid-wicket boundary, almost cow corner area for 1. That's all they will get. Comes in now. Goes to Loew, and Loew is swiveling that one. Man from mid-wicket comes across field, but they were able to cross for 1. Here's Jimmy Cornelius playing a reverse sweep there, getting the top edge, and the man shot fine leg, runs across and take the catch. Edwards, that is. So City Sunrisers loses their second wicket. The set batsman, Jimmy Cornelius, being caught there by Edwards of the bowling of Tilukani. So there's a good move there by Young Guns, bringing back Tilukani to try and get the breakthrough. He did get the breakthrough, And in the 10th over, City Sunrisers has lost their second wicket. So there is a water break. You're not missing any cricket. At the dismissal of Cornelius, City Sunrisers, they are 58 for 2 into the 10th over. So umpires decided to take a water break, much needed break for the players. Yeah. Okay. So players resume. Tulikani will continue from the Lozak Road end. He'll be bowling to the new batsman. I think that's not sure. I'm not sure who is the new batsman. But we'll give you his name in a minute. In the meantime, Sunrisers has moved on to 61 for 2. Batsman is hitting that one straight. The fielder from long on comes across, fields, and they were able to just get a comfortable single. So 61 for 2. There's Love trying to sweep that one, not making contact. That ball definitely got some spin on it. Deceived the batsman there and deceived the keeper as well. And they were able to push through for 2 byes. So there's another bowling change. Clark has removed himself from the Lozak Road end. He's now going to be introduced in the media center end. So he's going to bowl to the new batsman, that's Lynch. So here comes Clark bowling to Lynch. Lynch is hitting that one. Fielder comes across, takes a very good catch to Lukani. Lynch trying to hit that one into the boundary, not making proper contact. It went straight up in the air. Tulukani had to run quite a distance from long on, and he made the ground, got to it, and took a wonderful catch. So Citizen Risers loses their 3rd wicket on the score on 66. Lynch goes. Clark coming back from the media center end and making the breakthrough. So Young Guns are definitely thinking tonight. They put it on their thinking cap, and they get in the breakthrough at the right time. So we're into over number 11, and so Citizen Risers, they're 66 for Citizen Risers require another 62 runs to win in 9.5 overs remaining. So the new batsman is Honore. I think that's one of the overseas players. I'm not sure if he's from Dominica or St. Lucia, but could be from one of those islands. So here comes Clark. Runs away from us. Bowling to Honore. Honore is hitting that one up over to the in a long off area, but not having enough to carry to the long off fielder. Fell just short of the 30-yard circle. So Clark is definitely using his skills there. I think bowling a slow one and Honore looking to heave that one, not having the pace that he needs to hit it, and down just going up just outside over Madoff for a single. So the score moves on by 1 to 67. There's Clark holding to Love. He's just pushing that one back to the bowler. No run resulted. Love is driving to the man, sweeping on the boundary. That's Cyril. Sends in return. Goes across for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 68 for 3 in over number 11. Clark bowling to Honoré. Honoré hitting that one down to deep mid wicket. Crosses for 1. That's all they will get. So moves on by 1 to 69. So Clark is definitely pulling things back here for Young Guns. He's going to bowl to Love. Right arm around the wicket. He bowls now. Love is driving to the man at point. Can beat him. That's Francis. And that's the end of the over. So at the end of 11 overs, City Sunrisers in search of 128 for victory. They are 68 for 3. Tilakani will continue from the low Zack Road end. He is bowling around the wicket to Honoré. A slight change in the field. Okay, they're ready now. Here comes Tilakani. Going to Honoré. Honoré hitting that one down to the deep mid wicket boundary. The fielder takes a very good catch. Did not have to move. That's Pemberton. And Young Guns pick up another wicket. So City Sunrisers losing their 4th wicket. In the person of Honoré being caught in the deep mid wicket boundary. So a new batsman is in. Not sure who he is. We'll get his name in a minute. But Silicon is bowling a very nice line there. So it appears that it is Tyson. I'm not sure what Tyson. Well, there comes Silicon. He's bowling to Tyson. Tyson is pushing forward. Just blocking the ball. And we'll continue. Here comes Tilakani, bowling to Tyson. Tyson is just pushing at that one. The man at cover comes in, cannot prevent the run. And that's all they will get. Comes Silkani, bowling to Rove. Rove is looking to cut that one, the point. Fielder comes across. Couldn't prevent the single. And they were able to cross for 1. End of the over. So at the end of 12 overs, the Sunrisers, they are 72 for 4. Tyson is on 2, and Loeb is on 11. Here comes Clark. Tyson is driving straight to the man as shot third man, and there is no runs. So Clark continues. He has bowled 2.1 overs so far, no maidens, 11 runs, picked up 1 wicket. Slow ball to Tyson. Tyson is caught in and missing. Here comes Clark again. Ball to Tyson. Tyson is driving that one to long on. The cross for 1. That's all they will get. The score moves on by 1 to 73. 73 for 4 in over number 13 being bowled by Clark. So at the end of 13 overs, At the end of 14 overs, so the Sunrisers, they're 82 for 4, 85 for 4, sorry. Louisville is on 18 and Tyson is on 8. They need a further 43 more to win in 36 balls. So at the end of 15 overs, City Sunrisers, they're 89 for 4, chasing 128 for victory. So Citizen Risers has just lost their fifth wicket. The score on 91 for 5. The new bowler is Palmer. He has been introduced from the Lozak Road end. He has bowled 4 balls so far and has conceded 2 runs and picked up 1 wicket. He's bowling to Willett, right arm over the wicket. Willett is punching that one to the man at point, and he scrambles for a single. So the score moves by 1 to 92 for 5 in over number 16 being bowled by Palmer. So Citizen Risers require a further 36 runs for victory in 4.1 over. That one is heaved up in the air by Tyson. and keeper running all the way down to short fine leg area inside the 30-yard circle. Took a wonderful catch. Ball went straight up in the air. Tyson looking to hit that one somewhere over long an area, taking a top edge, went straight up in the air and was caught. So Citizen Risers loses their 6th wicket. So Willett will take strike, and Edwards has been brought back into the attack. He has bowled 2 overs so far, no maidens, 14 runs, no wicket. So he'll be bowling from the media center end to Willett. Go to Yorker lane delivery, and Willett digging that one out. Edwards is known for bowling his sharp Yorkers. That's one of his specialty. He's bowling Yorkers. So Citizen Risers moves on by 1 to 93 for 6. They require further 35 runs in 3.5 overs. So Young Guns is trying to make a game out of this. As you know, the winner of this game will go straight into the finals. They call Eddie again. Bowling to Carmichael. Carmichael is just coming forward and pushing that one to short cover. Cyril fails, and there is no run. It was again to Carmichael. Cuts at that one. Fine edge to the keeper, and the umpire raises that dreaded finger that Carmichael has to go. Being caught by wicketkeeper Pluck for a not, and Citizen Risers loses their 7th wicket. They are now 93 for 7. And what seems to be a very easy game to win at the halftime, Citizen Risers is making a meal out of this, giving Young Guns a sniff, and they are making the use of every opportunity that they can to get back into this game and win it, and possibly put themselves into the finals. So the new batsman is Herbert, right-handed. He'll be facing up to Edwards, coming from the media center, and goes to Herbert now. Herbert is driving that one to the man on the deep cover boundary. It crosses for one, that's all he will get. That brings Willett onto strike. The score moves on by 1 to 94 for 7. Come Edwards, ball to Willett. Willett is driving that one down to long on. Tilukani comes up the long on boundary, fields cleanly. Throws it to Edwards. Cross for 1. That's all they will get. Score moves on by 1 to 95 for 7. Mighty heave there by Herbert, not making contact. End of the 17th over, at the end of 17 overs, City Sunrisers in search of 128 for victory. They are 95 for 7. So Young Guns has really pulled back things nicely here and making a game out of this. Right now, I could say it's anybody's game to win. The Young Guns require further 3 wickets to win. City Sunrisers require 33 runs more to win. Edwards has bowled 3 overs, no maiden, 17 runs, has picked up 1 wicket. Palmer has just bowled 1 over for 3 runs and picked up 2 wickets. Palmer will continue from the loser crewed end. He'll be bowling to Willett. Let's see what Willett does. Comes in now, ball to Willett. And Willett is trying to hit that one maybe in deep mid wicket or in the south stand rather, not making contact, and the ball goes for the keeper. Dot ball. Dot ball is not going to help City Sunrisers, but it's definitely going to help the cause of Young Guns. It increases the pressure, and of course when pressure is applied you tend to break. Here comes Palmer, ball to Willett. Willett is driving that one again, not making contact. I'm not sure if Willett is seeing the ball or he's misreading the line of the ball, but clearly he's not making any contact, not even an edge. The score is still 95 for 7. Herbert is on 1, Willett is on 3. They require 33 more runs to win if they were to go straight into the finals. Here comes Palmer. Runs into ball to Willett, and Willett is driving back to the bowler. He feels off his own bowling, no run. Willett is disgusted with himself, maybe saying he should have hit that one over long off, or straight long off for 6. He danced on the wicket, but did not get much of it. Probably Palmer saw him come in and pitched that ball a bit shorter and away from him. Here comes Palmer again. Bowling to Willett, over the wicket. Willett is driving, not making contact outside the off stumps. 4 dot balls bowled here by Palmer. Very good stuff, very good deft bowling, I must say. Really putting the brakes on things and applying pressure to City Sunrisers, who still require another 33 runs to win. Young Guns trying to get the last 3 wickets. Here comes Palmer, bowling to Willett, and Willett is driving. The appeal goes up. And the umpire is standing still, unmoved. The players are protesting. Some are sitting on the ground, hands on the hip, trying to figure out why is it not out. Willett stands. The umpire has not moved. 5 balls bowled, the score remains at 195 for 7. There's all kind of drama happening here right now. City Sunrisers still require another 33 runs for victory. Here comes Palmer, looking to bowl his final over. Not his final over, his final ball rather, in his second over. And it's outside the off stumps, and Willett is not making contact. Willett is just not seeing that ball. I'm not sure what he's seen, but 6 balls bowled and 6 dots. That is goal at this time of the game. So we'll see what happens. City Sunrisers still require another 33 runs for victory. Young Guns need 3 wickets. If they could hold them out by bowling out the overs and not allowing them to score those runs, they will secure the victory as well, and they will book a ticket in the finals. So Edwards will come on to bowl the penultimate over. He's bowling the 19th over. He has bowled 3 overs for 17 runs and has picked up 1 wicket. So Young Guns has really pulled back this game here nicely. I did say if they were to bowl as well as City Sunrisers or better, they would definitely win the game. Ooh. There's Herbert just edging that one down to the keeper. Keeper making a very good stop, had a throw at the stumps. Herbert was out of his crease but did not hit the stumps, and they were able to cross for 1. So the score moves by 1 to 96 for 7. City Sunrisers requiring 32 more runs to win. Here comes Edwards. He'll be bowling to Willett. And Willett is hitting that one and goes up in the sky. Should be an easy catch for Clark. He takes it easily. So City Sunrisers loses their 8th wicket on the score 96. So Edwards and Palmer is really pulling back things here for Young Guns and making life difficult for City Sunrisers, who requires another 32 runs to win. So in the 19th over, City Sunrisers 96 for 8 in search of 128 for victory. So the new batsman is Nisbet. He'll be taking strike from Edwards. Edwards runs away from us now. Goes to Nisbet. Full delivery, and Nisbet cannot put it away. Punches it back to Edwards, and he moves across smartly and fields from his own bowling. So the score remains on 96 for 8. Here comes Edwards again, bowling to Nisbet. Nisbet is driving outside the off stumps, not making contact. The ball through to the keeper, and there is no runs. Edwards 3.4 overs, no maidens, 18 runs, 2 wickets. He runs away from us again to Nisbet, and Nisbet is hitting that one. It goes up in the sky, fall in the just behind point area. Cyril runs across and gathers. Couldn't make a catch of it, but 1 run to City Sunrisers. They move by 1 to 97 for 8. And Edwards will bowl his final ball of his 4 overs, bowling to Willett, and his ball yucked all over the place. Herbert is bowled all over the place. He's been yucked. As I said before, Edward is known for bowling yorkers, very good yorkers. That's one of his specialties. It's something that he needs to use more often. I've been always telling him that while we played together. I've been always telling him that he needs to use his yorkers more often. It's one of his legal deliveries that he needs to use, and he will definitely get more results because batsmen don't really expect that from him. So City Sunrisers, they're in further trouble trying to overhaul 127 made by Young Guns. They are 97 for 9. And the new batsman, the last batsman who walks in, that's Amri, Onaje Amri. Not known for his batting, he's known more for off spin. The We'll see what he can do, because they require another 31 in the final over. It's still possible. You could hit 6 sixes. That's more than what you need. And you could hit 5 sixes and a single, 5 sixes and a 4, 5 sixes, 2 singles. Anyhow you want to put the equation, it is still gettable. Let's see what Nisbet will do. Palmer will bowl the final over of the innings. He runs in now. Goes to Nisbet. And Nisbet is trying to hoist that one, but not making contact, and goes through to the keeper. Palmer again. Bowling to Nisbet. He runs in now. Down the leg side. White signal by the umpire. So the score moves on by 1 to 98. 98 for 9. And the 20th over being bowled by Palmer. So Clark, who is captaining tonight, definitely has used his bowlers wisely. Even used himself at very critical stages, and has definitely paid off. Here comes Palmer, bowling to Nisbet. Nisbet is swiping that one, not making contact, through to the keeper. Another dot ball. So 98 for 9. Requiring another 30 runs to win. Even if you get 4 sixes, you still will not get 30 runs. So the fat lady has definitely sung. She's definitely came into the park. She probably had a few drinks and she has started singing already. So 98 for 9, 19.3 overs bowled. Another 30 runs required from 3 balls. Talking about the impossible. Here comes Palmer. He's running into bowl to Nisbet. Nisbet is just pushing that one back to Palmer. Not being able to get bat under the ball. Basically, he has given up hope, because he's now hoping against hope. So it's 2 balls left, requiring 30 runs. Just forget about the 30 runs that is required. Just try to bat out the innings, bat out the overs, and that's it. So here comes Palmer. Goes to Nisbet. Nisbet is just flashing at that one. Goes straight to the man at point. He takes a comfortable catch. And Citizen Risers have lost for the 2nd time in a row. They have lost the semi-final. This time they have lost to Young Guns. Young Guns has beaten Citizen Sunrisers by 30 runs. Bowled them out for 98 after making 127 in the allotted 20 overs. So Amri remains not out on North. Nisbet goes for 1. Edwards, in my estimation, along with Palmer, is the pick of the bowlers. Edwards bowled 4 overs, no maidens, 19 runs, 3 wickets. Palmer bowled 2.5 overs, 1 maiden, 4 runs, 3 wickets. So Palmer would definitely be the MVP of this game in my estimation. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for viewing the first semi-final here at Warner Park in downtown Bastia in the Big 6 Super T20. We have just witnessed a wonderful game between Young Guns and City Sunrisers, and Young Guns coming out on top. They were sent into bat by City Sunrisers. They made 127 in the allotted 20 overs. City Sunrisers requiring 128 runs for victory. They were bowled out for 98. So kudos to Young Guns. They have really proved their mettle tonight. They have really proved that they are contenders and they can win when it matters. So Hats off to them, and we want to thank you again for viewing and for being a part of this Big 6 T20 tournament live from Warner Park. Join us again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. when the second semi-final will continue between Wally Sports Management and Maximum Strikers. This should be another thrilling encounter. And then you have the third place playoff on Monday, and then you have the finals on Tuesday. I think the finals should be. So I want to wish you good night, and I will see you or hear from you rather tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Do log on to the Big 6 T20 tournament. Thanks for viewing and have a wonderful night.